every giant gotta stand up on our tiptoes. Shout to the world, it's our life. I couldn't touch it from the get-go. We're gonna be so bright, gonna be so. We gotta stand up on our tiptoes. Shout to the world, it's our life. I couldn't touch it from the get-go. We're gonna be so bright, gonna be so. It's been a long time coming. Rich man, poor man, out on the street, they singing, yeah, yeah. It's been a long time coming. Rich man, poor man, blood on their knees, they singing, yeah, yeah. It's been a long time coming. 'Cause every night when I look in the mirror, I see the skies on my face getting clearer. 'Cause rich man, poor man, all of us bleed, they're singing, yeah, yeah. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. That we ain't ever running. That we ain't ever running. It's been a long time coming. Rich man, poor man, prophet and priest, they're singing, yeah, yeah. It's been a long time coming. Rich man, poor man, nobody's free to sing it. It's been a long time coming. 'Cause every night when I look in the mirror, I see the skies on my face getting clearer. 'Cause rich man, poor man, all of us bleed, they're singing, yeah, yeah. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. That we ain't ever running. That we ain't ever running. It's been a long time coming. This one's for the faceless, yeah, the lost, not the famous. And this one's for the dreamers, yeah, the beat down believers. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. That we ain't ever running. That we ain't ever running. It's been a long time coming. The sun in the morning, I ride. Absorbing the light, man, I'm shining. Not your regular dude, not your regular guy. Come from the jungle and this is my city. Still got my corridors with me, we wild. With the respect to my hood, yeah. Girl, I go watch me watch this, yeah. MC Hammer can't touch this, no. Canada, I travel all up from sea to sea.
Alright, here we are, we're back. Sorry, we're a little late starting again today, but that's the way it goes. Let's make sure this works. Yeah, it works. Cool. Hopefully the server doesn't boot us off today. Let's go. Game 4, Bruins can win it. Should be a fun day of fake hockey, fellas. Welcome inside Nationwide Arena, Columbus, Ohio. Boston has a 3-0 advantage, and the Columbus Blue Jackets trying to avoid being sent home after 4 games in the Stanley Cup playoffs in 2020. Jonas Korpisalo back between the pipes for Columbus. It is Tuukka Rask, who's been absolutely sterling. 1.5 goals against and a .950 save percentage. And we are on 9.5 save percentage, 115 goals against, I should say, as we are underway here from Nationwide in Columbus. Far side, Chara. Chara and the Bruins, they're going to get their first puck possession of the game. Puck to the line. Chara can't hold it in. Deals to the near side. McAvoy, and the Bruins control in the neutral zone now. Far side, this is Bergeron. Bergeron shot steered aside by Korpisalo. Puck comes up to the point. Now Gus Nyquist on the far side for Columbus. Nyquist, he's looking out front. In behind the goal, Nyquist out to the line. Shot saved, the rebound, backhanded. Stop made there by Rask. 3-on-2 Boston. Here's Marchand. Marchand had the overtime winner on a shorthanded breakaway last game. A drive from McAvoy, and a good stop there with the glove by Jonas Korpisalo. It's been Bruins here in the early going of this series, but the games have been all tight. 1-goal game in Game 1. Game 2 was 2-0, but a tight game nonetheless. Game 3 went to overtime. The Bruins won it. But it's that doesn't matter. It's 3-0 for the Bees in the series. Columbus, win or go home tonight, and a mountain to climb if they want to win the series, coming back from 3-0 down. Far side, Kasha, into the middle. Carlo, and a great save made. Kicked out with the right pad, Korpisalo. Carlo again, the drive, and Korpisalo makes the save, and he will hold on for the whistle. As we'll get a draw coming up deep in Columbus territory to the left side of Jonas Korpisalo. Draw one cleanly by the Blue Jackets. Here's Nick Foligno carrying out for Columbus. Foligno, far side, shot stopped by Rask. He's going to hold on to that one. Going to get a link tweeted out here. All right, draw one in the offensive zone by the Jackets. Nudavara down into the corner. Comes to Wenberg. Wenberg back to Peak. Shoots. Stopped by Rask. Makes the save again. Does Tuukka Rask, and he holds on. As the Boston Bruins and Columbus Blue Jackets scoreless early going here in the first period. Face-off left side of Rask. Won by the Bruins. Here's Jake DeBrusk up the far side. DeBrusk going to put it in deep. Gathered out of his own zone by Peak. Peak gets knocked off the puck. Alex Wenberg turned it over now to the far side to Brust. Moore at the line. Down low, Coyle. A backhander stopped by Korpisalo. He holds on to it. Bruins trying to become the first team of the first round to advance in the Stanley Cup playoffs 2020. Draw one by the Columbus Blue Jackets. Here's Dubinsky. Drops off Texier for the Blue Jackets. Texier turned it over. Now here comes Charlie Coyle. Coyle finds Grishlik the trailer. Grishlik back to the line to Brust. Grishlik now. Matt Grishlik into the middle. Coyle had it nearly taken away from Nash. Bjork in there to help him out. Bjork back to Moore. Moore puts it in deep. Coyle in the battle with Peak down low. Coyle comes out front and scores. Tough turnover down low by Peak. And Charlie Coyle has the Boston Bruins up 1-0 early here in the first period. Coyle, his second of the night, just wills himself to that puck. Out muscles Peak for it. Comes right out front and just jams it. Short side on Jonas Korpisalo. It's 1-0 Boston. Not the start you want if you're the Columbus Blue Jackets, to say the least. Trailing 3-0 in the series, and now trailing 1-0 early here in game one. Joachim Nordstrom, far side drive, one-timer, blockered away by the goaltender Korpisalo. Columbus gains control up the far side. It comes Nick Foligno. Foligno for the Columbus Blue Jackets, stolen off the puck there. Now here comes Boston again. Wagner, Nordstrom waiting. He's going to go to the point. There's Carlos, stop there, and now here come the Jackets once more. Columbus trying desperately to win a hockey game and keep their regular season alive. Is getting a shot away from the near side. It's stopped by Korpisalo. That was Josh Anderson. Anderson had the tying goal. Columbus came back in game three. Wasn't enough as Brad Marchand sent the Bruins off with an overtime victory. Now Pierre-Luc Dubois, shot block. Dubois in behind the net. Dubois takes it away from Chara. Back into the middle. Chara intercepts now. That big long stick of his works to his advantage there. Now Andre Kasha, shot stopped by Korpisalo. Talked earlier about the mountain that is in front of the Columbus Blue Jackets here, facing a 3-0 deficit here. Only a couple of times has it ever happened and been done. Twice in NHL history. Most recently in the 2014 Stanley Cup playoffs, the first round, San Jose staked a 3-0 lead on the Los Angeles Kings. Los Angeles ended up winning that one in 7, winning 4 straight. The time before that, Bruins were actually involved in that series. Had a 3-0 lead on the Philadelphia Flyers in the Eastern Final. Coughed it up. Philly went on to the Cup Final, losing to the Chicago Blackhawks in 2010 in 5 games. Far side, near side, Ritchie puts it in deep, gathered by Werenski in from behind his own goal. Wenberg's got it. Kasha takes it away from him, though. Boston controls in the neutral zone. Charlie McAvoy into the far side. Kasha couldn't get a shot away. Drops off Marchand. Shoots! Stopped by Korpisalo. Just about midway through this opening frame here in Columbus. 11.5 to play in the first period. Charlie Coyle has staked the Bruins out to a 1-0 lead. Draw won by Columbus. Nudavara up the near side. Brandon Dubinsky. Dubinsky into the middle. That was John Moore on the intercept. Now Grishlik got it up to Brad Marchand. Marchand carries in over the near side. Top line out there for Boston. Put in deep. Great battle down low. Pasternak. Marchand. Cross to Bergeron. Great play to break that up by Columbus. Dubinsky puts it in deep. Gathered out of his own zone by Matt Grishlik. Up the near side. Patrice Bergeron. Bergeron puts this one in deep for the Bruins. Now knocking his man off the puck. That was peaked down low. Knocked off the puck by Pasternak, with the Columbus Blue Jackets have it once more. Brandon Dubinsky spinning away from a check. Boston takes away. Here is Austin Wagner. Wagner over the line, near side. Stops up into the middle. Marchand, another great save on Brad Marchand by Jonas Korpisalo. Keeps this a 1-0 Boston lead with 9.5 to play in the first period. This is game 1 of 2 tonight. We will also have Carolina hosting Washington. Carolina leads that series 3-1. That one in Raleigh. Game 4 of that Eastern Conference quarterfinal. And here are the Bruins on the attack, up 3-0 in this Eastern Conference quarterfinal. Stolen by Gustav Nyquist. Now here come the Blue Jackets on a rush. Nyquist to Dubois, sharp angle shot. Rask equal to the task. Tuukka Rask has been absolutely phenomenal through the first 3 games of this series. Tries to move the Bruins on to round 2. Last year, the Boston Bruins made it all the way to the Stanley Cup final, losing in 7 games to the champion St. Louis Blues. Here's Jake DeBrusk. Steps over the line, dropped off. Coyle shot, good save made by Korpisalo. Columbus Blue Jackets, of course, an upset they staked over the defending Cup champion at the time, it wasn't the Washington Capitals. It was the Eastern Conference regular season champion, the Tampa Bay Lightning. And it was actually a 4-game sweep. A lot of people had picked Tampa Bay to go all the way. Now Coyle with it, now far side, turned it over. Here he is, a chance back the other way for Oliver Bjorkstrand. He's going to be tripped up And a penalty coming to Boston. First power play of the game will go the way of the Columbus Blue Jackets. A chance to tie it back up with 7.5 to play in period one. Brandon Carlo got his stick in between the legs of Oliver Bjorkstrand in a power play. Columbus here in period number one. Chance maybe to tie the hockey game. Face off left side of Rask. And now Savard far side with it here. Savard down the wall, Jenner. Savard to near side, Anderson. Now side of the goal, Wenberg couldn't get a shot away. Chara played it over to the far side for McAvoy. Now stretch pass right to Joachim Nordstrom. Nordstrom hits McAvoy. The trailer, McAvoy, and a good stop by Korpisalo. He's going to freeze it. Short-handed chance for Boston there. Columbus, they got a power play in overtime of Game 3. Not only did they not score on it, they gave up the game winner to Brad Marchand. That's what made this series 3-0 Boston. John Moore at the line. Now down the wall it's going to go. It's taken away here in deep by the Bruins. Kicked loose, Pierre-Luc Dubois. Up it comes now, Oliver Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand. 55 seconds of power play time remaining for Columbus. Bjorkstrand hammers one wide off the end boards. It comes cleared by the Boston Bruins. As this hockey game is just about one period old. 6 minutes to go here in period one. Boston controls shorthanded. Here is Patrice Bergeron. Dropped off. Chara shooting. Shot tipped. And out come the Jackets. Maybe one last rush for Columbus on the power play. Nick Foligno stops up, waits, looks to go back to the line, take it away from Marchand. Even strength Boston, they've killed the penalty. Marchand, Carlo, shot it just wide of the goal. Now here comes the Blue Jackets again. Boone Jenner leads the rush, far side Wenberg. Wenberg into the middle. Werenski shot, stop blocked. Now Nick Ritchie's got it for Boston. Comes to Carlo in the middle. Ritchie, former Anaheim Duck. Now Krug out front. Carlo, he's out of the penalty box as he was the penalized. Bruin the rebound out front. Sean Corrali corrals it and scores. Boston's got a 2-0 lead in Game 4. And late in the first period, Columbus trails by 2. That's a tough rebound to give up if you're Jonas Korpisalo. And now I think the Columbus Blue Jackets, despite it being early with how good a team the Boston Bruins are, 100 points in the regular season for them, I think you can start hearing the bell tolling in the distance for the Jackets on this season. Zach Werenski with it, near side. Anderson dropped off. Jenner shoots, save, rebound, loose puck. No one can find it. The Bruins do. Andre Kasha comes through the neutral zone. Offensively now, Kasha dropped off. Carlo back to the line. Kasha shot blockered away there. And now a penalty coming to Columbus. Boston's going to the power play. Maybe a chance to get out to an insurmountable lead early for the Bruins. As you know, we've seen comebacks in these playoffs, but Boston, we know how good they are. Alexandre Texier off for charging. Bruins a great defensive team. 2 goals is a lot against the Bruins. 3 goals, that's a mountain. But the Jackets, they get an early clear on this penalty kill. Charlie McAvoy starts out for the Bruins. Up to Nick Ritchie. Leads a power play rush. Ritchie shot, glove save, made Korpisalo easily there. He's going to freeze it. Tonight we'll have a 6 o'clock puck drop from Raleigh, North Carolina. The Capitals try to even up that series with the Hurricanes. Tomorrow night, Colorado goes for the sweep in Dallas. And the Edmonton Oilers try to tie their series up in Calgary with the Flames. Shot from the point, blocked up and out of play. It goes off of Cam Atkinson. With 3 1/4 to play here in period number 1. Minute 25 remaining on the Bruin power play. Draw 1 by the Columbus Blue Jackets. Savard off the glass, down the ice. Charlie McAvoy's got it. Excuse me, McAvoy into the middle, finds Coyle. Coyle's got a goal tonight, but the Bruins have it cleared on him. It's all the way down the ice. 2:45 to go in the period. 53 seconds of power play time remaining for Boston. Nick Ritchie Over the line for the Bruins. Ritchie knocked off the puck. Coyle in deep. Coyle tries to go out front. Savard had it for the Jackets. Got it to Nudavara, and Nudavara sends it the length of the ice. Columbus has done a good job on this PK so far. Now turned over. Foligno shot. Great kick save. Kicking it out with the left pad was Tuukka Rask. And now here comes Boston. One last power play push. One-time drive. Comes out of the box. That now comes to Wenberg. Wenberg on a rush. Alex Wenberg looking to the front of the net. Dropped off Nudavara. Now shot from the line. Goes just wide. David Pasternak comes out. Here is Patrice Bergeron for Boston. Bergeron puts it in him deep. And now here come the Blue Jackets. Minute remaining here in period one. Into the final 60 seconds. Boston up 2-0 on Columbus as they also lead this best-of-7 series 3-0. Shot stopped by Korpisalo. He'll freeze it. Boston trying to bring out the brooms on the Blue Jackets tonight. Boston, of course, will meet in the second round the winner of the Toronto-Tampa series. Toronto leads that series 2-1. After a big Game 3 overtime win given to the Leafs by Jason Spezza. Hard hit there on the near side. Right out front it comes. Great play to break it up by Zdeno Chara. 6 seconds to go in the period. One last chance for Columbus. Riley Nash shot blockered away. Out front it comes. Nash didn't get the shot away. That'll do it for the first period here from Columbus, Ohio. And the Boston Bruins have a 2-0 lead here in Game 4. As this is the opening goal of the game, just about over 5 minutes in from Charlie Coyle. Boston would get another one before the period was out, right after a penalty kill. Sean Corrali. 2-0 Boston after 20 here in Columbus. 19-8, not a great period for the Jackets. You know what? We've seen comebacks in the playoffs, and we know comebacks can happen. The issue I see, guys, is the Bruins are dang good. They're a hell of a hockey team. And a 2-0 lead is a lot, and Columbus didn't get a lot going on offensively in period one. But hey, we'll see what happens here, period two. Welcome back inside Nationwide Arena. Columbus, Ohio. Second period about to get underway here between Boston and Columbus. Game 4, Bruins trying to complete the 4-game sweep of the Columbus Blue Jackets in this Eastern Conference quarterfinal. Early shot from Bergeron, steered aside. And now Marchand's got it for Boston through the defensive zone. And here are the Bruins once more. Over the line, this is Zdeno Chara. Chara knocked off the puck right up front. Marchand, and a great save made by Korpisalo. Freezes it and holds on. 19:05, 55 seconds is all that's come and gone here in the second period. Next goal, I truly do believe, despite there being a lot of hockey left in Game 4, that's going to determine whether or not the lights go out on this Columbus season. Zdeno Chara near side. Pasternak. Soft shots handled easily there by Korpisalo, who's certainly, I don't think it's been his fault, but he certainly struggled at times in this series to deliver the big save when the Blue Jackets have needed it. And perhaps that's where you miss. That's maybe the free agent you miss the most is Sergei Bobrovsky, and shot right off the draw from Boston, stopped there again by Korpisalo. That was Kasha. This was always going to be a battle, though, for the Blue Jackets. The President's Trophy winners here coming in, the Boston Bruins, 100 regular season points as they win the draw here. As, of course, now played to the side of the goal by Korpisalo rather dangerously. It doesn't bite him, but now a turnover. Here's Nick Ritchie shooting off the side of the goal. Ritchie nearly put it 3-0 Boston. But here is the Blue Jackets back the other way. Josh Anderson for Columbus. Over the line, far side into the front. Jenner scores! A huge goal for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Cut the lead in half. Boone Jenner. He makes it 2-1 Boston. And that's his first of the postseason. And that's going to pump up the Nationwide Arena here in Columbus, Ohio. One-goal game with plenty of time to play. Anderson and Murray, the assists on the Boone Jenner goal. Here's Jake DeBrusk. Knocked off the puck down low. Out front it comes Coyle. Nearly restored the 2-goal Boston lead. Now at the line, Anderson takes away. Anderson leads a rush. He's got to step on Krug. Now it delivers into the middle. Murray shot. Stopped by Rask. Tuukka Rask, a big save on Ryan Murray, the second overall draft pick in the 2011 NHL draft. Drafted behind the Edmonton Oilers' Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Two Western Hockey League boys go 1-2 in that draft. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, of course, played his junior hockey in Red Deer, where we're broadcasting from here in my basement. And Ryan Murray played his junior hockey for the Everett Silvertips. Atkinson up to Wenberg, and Wenberg's got to rush now. 2-on-1, he's got Atkinson with him. But he instead drops off to Peak, and now here come the Bruins on a rush. 3-on-1 maybe. Torrey Krug leading it. Krug around his man out front. They score! What a feed from Torrey Krug! This is going to be Austin Wagner. Makes it 3-1 for the Bruins. Chris Wagner, excuse me. After the Blue Jackets got within a goal, the Bruins strike right back. Chris Wagner's first of the postseason. What a feed. From Torrey Krug right out front to Chris Wagner. He slams it by Jonas Korpisalo. And the Boston Bruins, who are popular wherever they go, are certainly popular here in Ohio as well. Healthy contingent of those wearing black and gold in the stands here tonight at Nationwide Arena. Brandon Dubinsky, near side Riley Nash, stopped there by Rask. He's going to freeze it. As Boston, like we said, got to the Eastern final, to the Stanley Cup final last year. Trying to go for their second Stanley Cup in the modern era since 2011. Of course, they beat the Vancouver Canucks in 7 games in that series. Been to a couple finals as of late. Of course, last year against the Blues, 2013, they went to the Stanley Cup final as well against the Chicago Blackhawks. Chicago dispatched the Bruins in 6 games, and that, of course, was the second Stanley Cup, second of 3, as Chicago embarked on their early 2010s dynasty. Jones sends it down low. Riley Nash back to the line. Nash has got it into the middle of a one-time drive, and a great stop by Tuukka Rask. Flashing leather on, I believe, that was Nudavara. Excuse me, no, it was Texier. Top line out here for Columbus. Nyquist, Dubois, and Bjorkstrand. Bruins up by 2 once more. It's 3-1. It's back to the line. It comes, unable to hold. It was Nudavara for the Blue Jackets. In the middle it comes. Columbus controls through the neutral zone. Oliver Bjorkstrand. Back to the line, Nudavara. His pass picked off by Charlie McAvoy, and up come the Bruins once more. One-timer. Kasha tried to find Krejci, couldn't do so. Bjorkstrand leads the rush for Columbus, but the Jackets are offside. Columbus desperately trying to find a win here to extend their season. It doesn't look very good for them right now, approaching the midway point of regulation, trailing in the shot count badly and trailing by 2 where it matters most. It's 3-1 Beantown. Trying to get this one into the middle, and the Bruins have control again. Far side, Zdeno Chara. Chara back to the line, McAvoy. McAvoy has it sent down the ice on him. That, I think, was a glitch in the system, as McAvoy's got it now in behind his own goal. McAvoy up to Nick Ritchie. Ritchie carries over the line for Boston. Ritchie stolen from him, and now back on the turnbacks, Columbus. Put in deep there. Gathered from behind the net, Brandon Carlo to Charlie Coyle. Coyle, Ritchie, far side, knocked off the puck hard by Savard. And now here's Columbus once more. Savard into the middle, Wenberg, now Nudavara, trades with Wenberg, got it right back to Nudavara. Here is Atkinson to Shore, back to Atkinson, and the Bruins just clog up the middle of the ice, not allowing Columbus to get through. As if that's the game plan the Bruins take, I don't know if I like the chances for Columbus, but here's Jenner. Dropped off short. A great stop by Rask. Devin Shore. A good shot there on Tuukka Rask. And look at this hit there. That was Savard. Lowering the boom on Nick Ritchie. Face off, won cleanly by the Jackets in the offensive zone. Foligno taking off the puck, and the Bruins able to get it out. Here's Savard with it. 10:48 to go here in period number 2, as we're just about halfway through regulation in this one. 3-1, the Bruins lead. Trying to put the Blue Jackets to bed here. Seth Jones, near side is Josh Anderson. Anderson off the wall, and a good chance there for Josh Anderson twice. First one, he goes off the post. Second one, good save by Tuukka Rask. Seth Jones, of course, his brother, playing also in the Stanley Cup playoffs for the Edmonton Oilers. He scored what ended up being the game winner in Game 3 for Edmonton. Seth Jones looking for his first. Gus Nyquist, back to Jones, now Werenski. Werenski, Jones, Gus Nyquist in the middle. Here's Seth Jones. Jones walks around behind the net, tries to take it in front, and he got it in front. Bjorkstrand couldn't get the shot away, though. Down low it comes to Dubois. Dubois loses some more. Now in front, Bjorkstrand hit the post. Oliver Bjorkstrand, near side. Werenski, Jones, a Werenski trade. Seth Jones back to Bjorkstrand, far side of the point. Now Werenski gives it back to Oliver Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand sends it in deep, rimmed around. It's going to come to Gus Nyquist. Nyquist back to the line, Werenski. Nyquist in the corner, trying to get it back to Werenski. Couldn't. Now Dubois, shot blocked. Matt Grzelcyk's got it for the Bruins, and they were not able to get it out, but Grzelcyk well on the second try. Up to Nordstrom. Nordstrom shooting. That knocked off the puck by Werenski, and Werenski comes out for the Blue Jackets. Dubinsky now a shot saved. The rebound comes loose to Zdeno Chara. There's Brandon Dubinsky now on the steal. Dubinsky shot saved. Rebound now back to the line. It comes Savard into the middle. Matt Murray a drive. Ryan Murray, excuse me. That shot blocked. In front it comes Riley Nash. His shot blocked. Rebound to Nash and a glove save made by Tuukka Rask. 7:17 to go in period 2. Bruins up by a pair. It's 3-1. Boston trying to become the first team of the 2020 Stanley Cup playoffs to advance to round number 2. Back to the line, Murray a drive. That's steered aside by Tuukka Rask. Zdeno Chara, his pass off a body and all the way down the ice. It's going to be Ryan Murray up the ice to Josh Anderson. Anderson turns it over now to DeBrusk. Out front, Anders Bjork. Turned it right back over to Josh Anderson, and here come the Jackets. Anderson over the line offensively. Turned it over to Torrey Krug. Now here comes Boston once more, Jake DeBrusk. DeBrusk puts it in deep. Going to be gathered on the far side by Charlie Coyle. Coyle has it stolen from him by Savard. And here come the Columbus Blue Jackets again. Savard dropping off. Wenberg stolen from him, and here come the Bruins. Anders Bjork. Bjork on the far side into the middle to Jake DeBrusk. He couldn't handle that one. And now the puck rolls out. They score! They've scored! It's 4-1 Boston! Nunavara put it out front, and I think Savard put this in his own net. The toughest of breaks for the Columbus Blue Jackets, who now trail 4-1 to the Boston Bruins late in the second period, and also facing elimination, trailing the series 3-0. Into the middle, Atkinson, no chance! Oh, Devin Shore nearly got it right back for Columbus. And the Boston Bruins, it might just be their series where nothing goes wrong for them. Ritchie shot stopped there by Korpisalo. Now here's Atkinson on the takeaway in the defensive zone up to Wenberg. 4-1 Boston leads it. Ritchie in the middle, Krejci. Krejci to Kasha. Kasha waiting into the middle. McAvoy shot peaked the block. And here come the Jackets, Devin Shore. Knocked off the puck by Ritchie. McAvoy into the middle, Kasha. McAvoy's got it right back. Carries it offensively. Ritchie to McAvoy. Great blocker save. Out front it comes. Patrice Bergeron. Now Pasternak. Another great stop by Korpisalo. keeping the Blue Jackets clinging to life late in the second period. Nudavara over the line, shot block up to the point, and a great stop by Rask. He'll freeze it. 3:15 to go here in period 2. 4-1 the Bruins lead, as they try to put this one on ice. Draw, if you're just joining us, late second period, it's 4-1 Boston, attempting to complete the sweep of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Here's Moore, shot, stopped by Korpisalo. Freezes that, and he'll hold on. With 2:47 to play in period 2, as the Blue Jackets made it. It was 2-0 Boston. They made it 2-1. Boston gets another one, and then an unfortunate bounce. It was right off Savard into his own net for Columbus. That was just minutes ago. That made it 4-1 Beantown. And now a long stretch pass. Up it comes Brandon Dubinsky. Into the middle, Seth Jones. Jones carries over the line for the Blue Jackets. Jones back to the line, and Nyquist couldn't hold it. Pestered there by Patrice Bergeron, and it comes out. Final 2 minutes here of period 2. Straight up the middle it comes, Anders Bjork. Now to Coyle. Coyle, nifty little move. Out front it comes. Blue Jackets take away. Gus Nyquist leads it for the Blue Jackets. Put it in deep. Gathering here, John Moore. Moore finds Coyle up the ice. Coyle, he skates over the center and puts it to DeBrusk. DeBrusk to Bjork. Bjork lost control, has it stolen from him now. Coyle did by Nyquist. Nyquist, a long-time Detroit Red Wing. Into the corner. Tries to go back to the line. Has it stolen. Bjork's got it for Boston. Stolen now again. The Jackets control. Nyquist. Into the corner, Dubois. Nyquist up the near side boards. Nyquist to the line, Savard. Back to Nyquist. Shot it. He goes just wide. And Nyquist now on a turnover again. The Jackets have it. A good stop here by Rask. Nyquist. Bjorkstrand shoots. Blocker save Rask. And the Bruins are going to get this out, and we'll go to period 3 with a 4-1 Boston Bruin lead on the Blue Jackets, as the Columbus Blue Jackets needing a miracle to extend their season. If not, the Bruins will move on to round 2. This was the Boone Jenner goal that thought the faithful had a little bit of life had here. But it was all for naught. Boston made it 3-1, and it was this one that makes it 4-1 for the Boston Bruins. Better period for Columbus, though, or the shots. 13-10, so that's not bad. But still, I got to say I hate their chances. Welcome back inside to the Nationwide Arena. Columbus in need of at least 3 to ensure that their season does not come to a halt here tonight after only 4 postseason games at the hands of the Boston Bruins. Bergeron near side. Brad Marchand knocked off the puck, and here come the Blue Jackets. Gus Nyquist. Nyquist into the middle. Here's a chance for Pierre-Luc Dubois. Stolen there, though, and now a 2-on-1 for Boston. Brad Marchand's got it. Great play by Seth Jones to deny that opportunity. But Jones turns it over to Pasternak in the neutral zone. Pasternak hauled down in a Boston power play. And Boston, you know what, I'll just say it. They score on this power play, and that's going to be your dagger. A 4-1 deficit in the third period, that's a mountain to the Boston Bruins. A 5-1 deficit may as well be a journey to the sun. Draw won by the Bees. They control. Here's Nick Ritchie. Far side, Pasternak at the line. Now comes Torrey Krug. Walks in. Shot. Stop. Rebound. Oh, Charlie Coyle nearly plunged the dagger through the heart of the Jackets. But a great stop by Korpisalo. Keeps the Jackets on life support. Nudavara. Boone Jenner. Short-handed for the Jackets. Out front, there's Foligno. Shot blocked by Torrey Krug. All the way down the ice. Off a jacket. No icing. Nudavara. Up to Boone Jenner. Jenner knocked off the puck by Ritchie. Ritchie back to the line. Pasternak near side. Krejci spinning, shooting. Glove save by Korpisalo. He'll freeze it. 59 seconds of power play time remain for the Bruins. Face off right side of Jonas Korpisalo with 18 minutes and 2 seconds to play here in period 3. Brad Marchand shot it, save, rebound, loose puck. Bergeron scores, And the Boston Bruins have made it 5-1 here in the third period of an elimination game. Patrice Bergeron, first of the playoffs, and it's lights out Columbus, who will almost certainly be booking tea time starting tomorrow. Patrice Bergeron and the Boston Bruins have a commanding 5-1 lead in the third period now. Look at Bergeron, found that puck loose, and you give Bergeron a chance from there, and he's not going to miss it very often, and he didn't that time, as now Jonas Korpisalo comes out for Merzlikins. And I'm actually just going to pause it to find out this guy's name because I don't know it, and it's awfully hard to pronounce. The other team stats. It's Elvis. I know that now that I know it's an E. It's Elvis. I think it's Elvis Merzlikins. Merzlikins, that's what I'm going to say. So Elvis Merzlikins is going to come in relief here for the Columbus Blue Jackets, and this is more so just a mercy hook. Maybe get him some time here before the season comes to an end. Give Jonas Korpisalo the rest of this night off. And this series just hasn't been there for the Columbus Blue Jackets. It's the Bruins going to get another power play. Patrice Bergeron tripped up by Josh Anderson. The Blue Jackets, who went on a little bit of a Cinderella run last year. After defeating the Tampa Bay Lightning in 4 straight games, they're now likely going to suffer that fate here in the following year, going down in straight sets to the Boston Bruins. As Boston on another man advantage, but here's Wenberg, shot it high and wide. Grzelcyk in behind the goal for Boston. Comes out now, Grzelcyk drops off Charlie Coyle, far side for Boston over the line. Stolen from him, Atkinson gets it to Wenberg. Wenberg carries over the line, short-handed rush for Columbus. Atkinson stopped there by Rask, he'll freeze it. Boston is going to have a long layoff. If they're able to, if they don't hold on to this 5-1 lead, I'm not going to fault myself for saying that this series is over. That's going to be squarely on the shoulders of the Boston Bruins. But they'll likely have quite a long layover as the series Toronto-Tampa is at least going 5, as we'll find out on Friday what if that goes 3-1 Leafs, or if the Bolts are able to tie it and extend that series to at least 6. Now, shot there from Jake DeBrusk, and a good stop there by Jonas Korpisalo. And, of course, you got to wait until all the series are done, as Boston likely will have a week or maybe more, probably more, of rest before they get into action against their second-round opponent, which will either be the Tampa Bay Lightning or another classic will be set up with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Charlie Coyle carries over the line. Now he's tripped up, and another penalty coming to Columbus. 15.5 to play here in period 3, and the Jackets, bad news, goes from bad to worse to just plain dark. They trail 5-1 with 15.5 to play in the third period of an elimination game, and this will certainly be it for their season. But good on the fans. It doesn't sometimes, even in the video game, when there's a blowout, the seats start to empty. A hard shot there from Krejci and a good save by Merzlikins. That doesn't seem to be the case here. Fans going to stick around and see off their Columbus Blue Jackets. They won't get to see them play again until October of 2020, or September, I guess, if you want to count the preseason. And shot from the near side, stopped by Merzlikins again. As don't go anywhere, because right after this, we have game 2 of our doubleheader. Washington is in Carolina. Hurricanes lead that series 2-1. Here's Marchand now near side, another stop by Merzlikins, and he'll freeze it. 91 seconds of power play time left for Boston. Made the mistake of going outside today, and the snow mold is not my friend. That is why cough is a little more aggravated than normal. chance to get this down for Columbus, but it's turned over, and now here's Brad Marchand in, shoots, Merschlikken's the save. He'll keep it out. Is Alfalino up to Boone Jenner. Jenner carries in short-handed for the Blue Jackets. Jenner shooting, stopped there by Tuukka Rask. Steered into the corner, turned over, Foligno, another great save by Rask. Rask has been absolutely lights out all series long for the Boston Bruins. Continues to be here tonight. Merschlikken's just going to take that puck and freeze it. 41 seconds of power play time left for the Boston Bruins. Boston, of course, they compiled the best regular season record in the Eastern Conference. And the best regular season record period, meaning they will have home ice through to the Stanley Cup final should they get there. Of course, they did have home ice. Same thing last year in the Stanley Cup final. Didn't do them any favors, though. The St. Louis Blues got them in 7 games. Far side, Nick Ritchie into the middle. It comes. Great stop by Merschlikken's. Matt Grzelcyk now. Grzelcyk back to Krejci. Into the middle, picked off by Savard. 13 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in period 3. 5-1, Boston, a commanding lead on Columbus. Put in deep. Atkinson. Atkinson, side of the goal, stop there. Here's Matt Grzelcyk carrying out for the Boston Bruins. 12:40 to go in the period. Matt Grzelcyk over the line, near side. Back to the line. There's McAvoy, a drive, and Merschlikken's the save again. Elvis Merschlikkens came in after the Bruins got their 5th goal of the game in relief of Jonas Korpisalo. Draw to the right of Merschlikkens, won by the Bruins. Carlo now down low, Kasha. Now here's Kasha again. He couldn't handle it, and the puck comes outside the line. Boston forced to regroup. Brandon Carlo. Carlo waiting, looking out front, can't find a man. Carlo still with it on the far side. Back into the middle, Torrey Krug. Krug trades there with Krejci up the wall, and now the puck squirts up to excuse me, that was Ritchie. Kasha on the far side, and a good stop by Merschlikkens. We'll freeze it, and we'll get a draw deep in Columbus territory once again with only 11.5 to play here in the hockey game, and frankly, 11.5 to play in the Columbus Blue Jackets season. Near side, Nordstrom, back to the line, Torrey Krug. Nordstrom sends down the wall. Now here's Nordstrom, a shot. Merschlikkens the save again. We're just going to pause real quick, take a look at the shots. Boy, oh boy, 44 for the Boston Bruins. 44-26, the shots on goal favor the Boston Bruins in this one. Columbus, they just really haven't, I shouldn't say that. The first 3 games of the series were all close. Game 3 went to overtime. There's Texier scoring in garbage time for the Blue Jackets. Making it 5-2. I mean, unless Columbus can get another one here, I'm not going to call it life. Still a 3-goal deficit to the league's best record in the regular season. But Texier's got his first. 5-hole on Rask. With just under 11 minutes to play. But the first 3 games of the series all close. First one was a 1-goal regulation win for the Bruins. Second one, game 2 in Boston, was 2-0 Boston. The turnover in the defensive zone. Torrey Krug. Murray leads a rush for the Bruins. David walks into the middle. Pasternak shooting.